Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again this week. A Thursday comic shop trip for me. And big week at the shop. Only 5 books on my pull list. But I pulled another 7 first issues off the shelf. I've got 8 first issues this week. It's kind of crazy. I just kept going, I'll try this one, I'll try this one. Then I'll see another one, I'll try this one. But first we'll start out with our top of the printer museum covers. We've got Johnny Quest issue 18 and Submariner issue 39. And it's funny, I was looking at this issue of Submariner. I had to look up who did it because I couldn't decide if I thought it was Sal Buscema or Marie Severin. And it turns out it's Marie Severin inking Sal Buscema. But nice old Submariner cover. I didn't even know this one was in my collection because I really don't look at my Submariners, which is exactly why I like to pull 2 books out a week and look at them. And here's another Johnny Quest cover I forgot about. Really enjoy this cover. Very nicely designed. The shadow on the bottom. Race Bannon sitting on his desk. And this is Mark Wheatley and Mark Hempel did this one. Pretty neat. They did the interiors too. This Johnny Quest series was a good series, but I especially like that. That's just such a well-designed cover telling a story. So, like those 2. Now they'll go back in the collection. I'll pull 2 more out. Okay, so the first thing I got this week is one I worked on, The Destroyer #1, a Bad Idea comic. They haven't been putting out a lot of stuff lately. They've been doing some Kickstarters, but only a couple of comics to the comic shops. But this is one of them who does this. Whoops. Check the varnish. Yeah, the varnish looks good. The main figure is varnished and not the background. Then let's see, where is the... there we go. There's the credits in between the story. You can see my name and production under there. The writer is May Catt, M-A-E-C-A-T-T. The art is by Alberto Ponticelli. Color art, David Barron. Dave Sharp on the letters. And then there's a Hero Trade story, too. Matt Kint and David Lapham. With Dave Sharp on the letters again. So, I don't know what this one's about. I put it together, but I didn't read it as I put it together. So I'm not even sure what this one is about. So I look forward to reading it. The Destroyer. Nice, I don't know who... Is there a logo credit on this? Or did the artist do it? Who did the... because if you notice the... Let's see, is there a logo credit? Cover art, Luis LaRosa and Rico Renzi. But if you notice that sort of blurry logo, the artists did that. I had nothing to do with making the logo blurry, so they did... that was part of their whole concept for the cover, and they took care of that themselves, so I found that interesting. Then let's see. Nice cover on Spawn 348. Rory McConville. Barberi. What's his first name? Barberi. Carlo Barberi is the art, and J. David Ramos is the colors, and Tom Warzakowski is the lettering. I like that cover. Still only $2.99. By the way, I was reading something about comics in general this week, and they were talking about how the prices of comics really don't matter to the sales that much. They're like, would Spawn really sell less if it was not $2.99? Like, yes, the only reason I'm buying Spawn is because it's $2.99. As soon as it goes to $3.99, I'm dropping it. So yeah, there's one extra copy that's sold because it's $2.99. And then we go Geiger Ground Zero, issue 2 of 2. This is an origin story of Geiger. Oh, we're really getting some light over there. Blowing it out. Ghost Machine. I didn't pre-order that. We'll see if they have a copy on that. Ghost Machine is their new... Oh, here it is. Their calendar. Their new comics that are coming out from the unnamed universe or whatever it is. The unnamed heroes. So, little origin of Geiger there. We'll read it. Up, second issue of The Deviant. This is a Christmas noir story. James Tinian IV, written by, art by Joshua Hickson, who I really liked his art on this. Lettering by Hassan Atsami Elhau. And this is one, I think I picked up the first issue like a week, not the week it came out, but the week after. Because I had fewer comics the week after. So I was like, oh, let's try the Deviant. And I liked it enough to put on my pull list. I don't know how, it's got to be a miniseries because it's a Christmas story, but I don't know how to say in the front, because some miniseries say they're miniseries, others don't. This one does not say it's a miniseries, so, but I assume it is, because how long can a Christmas story go? You can't, an ongoing. And this is a miniseries, Creepshow, Volume 2, Issue 4 of 6. You get 2 horror stories an issue. Oh, first one here is by Nick Dragotta. I'm having trouble speaking these names, aren't I? I know his name. Writer and artist, Jean-Francois Beaulieu. Colorist, Pat Brousseau. Letterer, The Amulet by Alyssa Whitney. Writer, Morissette. Mauricet. Artist, Mike Spicer, the colorist, and Pat Brousseau, the letterer. There we go. 2 stories. Let's see. There's the art in the first story. See the art in the second story. There's the art in the second story. Usually this is good. You know, it's an anthology, so it's hit or miss, but there's more hits than misses. Then here's the first thing I pulled off the shelves. I have no idea what it is. Gumma. 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 By Titan Comics. Written and created by Ji-Young Lee. Whoop, there's his name down there. Or her. I don't know if that's a he or a her. But I guess that's somebody who's gets written by and created in their name, but I have unfamiliar completely with this person. Looks manga-esque. Let's see. Urban fantasy laced with horror and noir brought to the incredible life with Ji-Hung's phenomenal artwork. You owe it to yourself to check out Gumma. I don't know. That's James Tinian, who just wrote that last one. The art was awesome throughout. 5 out of 5 stars, but the 5s look like S's in this font. That's from Comic Book Invest, whoever they are. And Comical Opinions says, this is one hell of an intriguing first issue. You'll enjoy the story, but you'll fall in love with the art. I've not fallen in love with the art, but it's all right. I'll give it a read. Like if this was a $5 first issue, but it's thicker than normal. It's probably a 40-page comic. Then a $6 one-shot. I didn't even realize this was coming out. I must have missed it somehow. This is Shift from the Radiant Black universe. He was like a villain in the Radiant Black universe. Not quite a villain, but sort of a villain. And there's what is there, 5 I think there's 5 individual stories. I don't know if these have appeared elsewhere and are reprinted here or are new. So it's kind of like I think there were Shift stories in that Image anthology. And I'm kind of like, if these are those same stories, I'm going to be a little disappointed. But I could not figure it out. Shift number 1 doesn't say originally printed in, so we'll find out. Then this one I think came out a week or 2 ago. And I finally was like, I'm going to pick it up because I like that cover. Matter of fact, there was a second cover I liked almost as much. I almost was tempted. Well, actually, I was tempted to pick up both just because I like both covers so much. This is Sabrina, the Teenage Witch Holiday Special. I've been picking up the Archie horror stuff, and I don't think this is horror, but I really liked the cover, and I really liked the art inside. It just looked good. There's the back cover, too. Who does this? The Longest Night, Kelly Thompson, story by Veronica Fish, art by. And then a very special Solstice, story by Danielle Page, line art by Veronica Johnson, 2 Veronicas. Color by Matt Herms, main cover by Veronica Fish. Yeah, this is Veronica Fish. I like that cover a lot. Who did the second cover? They have a Variant cover was by Laura Braga. Let's see if they have it back here. I do not see it, but like I said, I liked the second cover too. I had a hard time deciding between them, but this is the one that caught my eye first, so I went with it. That was a $4 comic. Then we got a $5 comic, Beyond Real by Volt. It's about a struggling artist, so I had to get it. When a struggling artist, June, is injured in a severe car accident that leaves her boyfriend in a coma, she begins to experience strange visual phenomenon. Soon, she's able to see that we are all actually living in a computer simulation. Then she sets out on a journey. Looks like I've got a little dent over there, too. It's hard to tell. There we go. That's a weird dent. But I picked it up and liked the art. I liked the weird visual journey she's on. So I figured I'd give it a try. I just kept adding them to my list, and my bill was $54 this month. I mean, Destroyer alone was $10. So, and then I threw this on just for the cover, just because I don't think I have. This is pen and ink. Something's Killing the Children. I liked the metallicness. I'm like, I wanted a sample of this metallic paper just on a cover, just to put in my files. And it gives you have just the inks, and down the bottom is some sort of annotation to it. It says stuff like, and obviously I love superhero comics. I started with Marvel. For those who are the only ones in Italy, at some point started publishing DC. Oh, so is it the right... this comic that changed my life. Well, not exactly. The original... So I guess this is some sort of special version, but it was really this cover that made me go, you know what, I want that in my collection for my samples of fancy covers. And then this is Godzilla War for Humanity issue number 3 that I picked up just because I looked through it and liked the artwork. It's got this sort of Disney meets manga meets underground comics style. So I was like, you know what? That kind of looks cool. I didn't even realize it was an issue 3. I don't think I looked at the issue number. I was just like... But the art's by Jake Smith, whoever that might be. Andrew McLean is the writer. But, like I said, it was the art that made me go, you know what? I'll buy this just to get a sample of that art. And the last thing I bought was a local comic, Sire, Lost in Time. And I actually know the Mike Dolce is the writer, written, created, colored, and lettered by Mike Dolce. Art by Daniel Leister, cover by Dave Johnson. But I used to play touch football with Mike Dolce. Back in the early 2000s, we used to have Marvel Wizard touch football games. Just a bunch of us would get together and play touch football. And I think he was a friend of Mike Raich, who was an editor at Marvel, or an assistant editor at Marvel. And so I know him from those football games. I occasionally see him at the comic shop, and he must have dropped some of these off. I see him on Facebook all the time, too. I know he kickstarts a lot of these, but he's published a lot of comics over the years. But I've never got a Kickstarter of them. So I saw this little comic shop and decided I should pick one up. So that's what I did. Let me show you a little something I did this week. What's our date on this? 12/15. Dreams of Things. And I did this one when I was I still kind of had that sinus thing cold. I was just coming out of it. So the colors look a little funny to me when I look at them now. I don't know why. I don't know what's different about my colors than normal. But there's just something about this that makes me look like I had a cold when I did it. But I like the way it came out. Lots of parallel lines in the background. A woman with a little spiral on her head in her primary colored shirt hanging out. Spiral in her chest, too. A couple of spirals. Maybe that's what she's thinking about. Anyway, there's little dreams of things for you. some comic books. You guys have a good week out there.